if you're going to flirt with him, it would be strange if you were my partner for the ball.
Unless
Oh.
you guys went that way.
That's true. Maybe that's why I'm there.
Why you're there?
I'm standing right next to you. Isn't that weird?
Because maybe
If you're on a date,
we're all dating together.
maybe I'm security. Is that, I don't know.
It sounds good to me, but it's more up to you.
You guys gotta
I
both be
understand
there
what Lauren said.
because with Imogen's input.
What is this plan about? I like it.
That's one way to work your way to level 6, I guess.
And you are my entourage.
Okay.
Staff.
Okay.
Are you okay with that?
No, it's fine.
Is this hurting your feelings
No,
now?
I'm fine.
Are you sure?
Sure.
You don't seem okay.
Next thing is that southern bless your heart.
That's so sweet. No, I'm fine. I'm staying.
All right.
This is gonna go well.
It's gonna go great.
Yeah, I feel good about it.
Good.
Meanwhile, in the other carriage, Estros is looking over, kind of going like,
No plan.
you seem like you've come together as a solid team. Strong sense of planning and teamwork.
The other carriage definitely has this in hand.
They know exactly what they're doing.
You're confident in their capabilities.
Yes. I just hope that they very much realize that they probably have to get Armand to take the ring off willingly himself. Because that was a thing that we talked about last night. So I'm sure that they...
Flying rats!
Sure, they've already got a dozen different ways to get him to do that.
Get him to take- I mean, there's so
including
many
just
ways.
like maybe trying to show off the phenomenal telekinetic power of like how
Absolutely.
an object that he knows couldn't have like been tampered with can float in the air and maybe
A magic trick
fly
that you
out
turn off?
towards.
Yeah, that would be good
towards,
and simple.
You know,
Fern
fall on
could
the
give
floor
him,
and then-
a nice palm reading or something. Or Dorian could just compare jewelry with, with Armand or
Yeah,
something.
these
like
are
that.
these are extremely simple plans.
Right.
Yeah, they've thought about it. They figured that out.
Absolutely.
That's the same plan.
But better.
Oh, from the conservatory?
Yes.
Well, we have mutual exchanges between different studies there, yes.
Perhaps we can collaborate.
Perhaps, certainly. What is your speciality there? What is your...
Oh, primarily the study of celestial beings, the stars, and weird-ass dreams. Creepy dreams. Do you know anything about weird dreams?
Yes, actually.
Really?
He leans in close.
Oh no.
There was one time where
Oh, fuck, he's gonna tell me about a
I
dream.
was...
Did this to yourself.
I was a mango, but like, it was me. I wasn't inside of a mango. I just was
A mango. Wow.
And I began to understand like what the perspective of life was from the point of being a mango. And while it seems so simple, the philosophy of it all told me that like all living beings, all living creatures in Alexandria are connected in a unique way.
I'm popping in here. So how does a mango perceive time at that point? I mean, are you just moving?
See, that's what's so odd about it. While I was a mango, I still retained the life experiences that I had as a goblin, and as such, I could perceive time passing, and I couldn't necessarily move until someone plucked me from my space. And it began to dine upon me, and it didn't hurt. If anything, I was a bit sad to lose my form, but I understood it was part of the cycle. For when they devoured me, I also became part of them.
You die in your dream, you
like
die
I've
in
had
real
this
life.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
No, that's the Matrix.
This is so similar to some shit that yeah.
I'm gonna get another round. Can I get you anything, Headmaster?
Oh, I don't drink, thank you, though.
All right.
No. This was acquired through blood, sweat, and hard work. Making the right alliances. And I'm a self-made man, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I imagine you had to kill a lot of people to get there.
Anyway. So I originally made my fortune in a faraway city in Isilra, and was for a time the Lord of the Quadroads there. And after deciding that I needed a change of pace, I moved on to the city of Eos in Shenador, where I currently reside. And yes, I like it here.
Yes, it is quite lovely. It's we haven't been here for very long. We're just sort of passing through and exploring, part of the world.
Well, that is amazing. I'm blown away by that. You are spellbinding.
Oh, thank you so much.
This city is just so full of interesting types. I like your story. You know who?
As
You
we're
can see
looking
he's now
over-
maneuvering to pass you off towards Gabus in the next transition.
As we're looking over, I'm gonna try to just twist the ring and try to take it off.
Come.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
He's on guard!
My soul just left my body.
Yeah. This is it.
This is what I'm here for.
This is it.
Yeah.
Bring it. Let the fates decide.
Up to the dice.
Let chaos reign across all campaigns.
It's punching time.
Fuck.
Oh.
Is it? It's good. It's good.
Oh, it's good.
It's good. It's good.
21.
As you spin, the music picks up. There's a crescendo and a crash of the cymbal, and he spins you. And as he does, you grab just a little bit tighter than was expected on his thumb, and you feel a pop, like you had popped the thumb out of a socket a little bit, and the ring slips off in your grasp. So while it doesn't go unnoticed, it didn't seem overt, and he kind of reaches down for a second, takes the hand, and looks up at you with like a...
Drop it, Vern.
Ping.
Oh, Jesus.
Drop Dorian. Dorian, pick up
This
the
is
ring.
the moment of
Dorian,
transition.
Pick up the ring.
As the
Hold on,
cymbal
hold on.
crashes hit,
Pick
and you're
up the ring.
transitioning out
Notice
of it,
it
you
happened.
see
Pick up the
you see
ring.
Fern being tossed away from Armand, and a little point of silver just on the ground.
I'm gonna pretend I don't notice and start dancing with
Among
Gavin.
feet?
Notice it. Notice it. Save the day.
Why do I need to pick up the ring? I have the right one!
Dorian, notice he dropped it and saved the day.
Fine.
Switch the ring.
And I will... Is it the transition?
It is your. This is just happening right at the middle of the transition point.
I will push past everyone. Oh, God!
Yes.
And walk straight up to him in a tango-esque fashion.
No, pick up the ring from the fucking
I
ring.
have the correct ring.
No, but he
Trust
has to
me.
see that
Trust
you
him.
picked
Trust
it up.
me, Imogen. And can I shut her out of my brain?
You can.
I will shut Imogen out of my brain.
All right.
And as I approach,
Armand has spun around, holding his thumb, and is looking on the ground at this point, over kind of in the loose vicinity, before glancing over at you as you approach.
and I have in the transition pulled the tracking ring out of my pocket, and I have it in my dancing hand, and I approach Armand, and as I do, I clock the ring, and I try to kick it off the dance floor, his ring. Just get it out of view.
Make a sleight of hand check. This is gonna be
With advantage.
with advantage because of the spell.
All right. Terrible. I know.
It's gotta be better. It's gotta be better than that. No, is it a 1? Nope, it's not good.
That was an 11.
Okay.
An 11. Okay.
It's
So
double digits.
so
great.
as Armand turns towards you, glancing over, you see like a look of recognition on the ground. Hasn't quite acknowledged your presence quite yet. Knows you're coming, but is more interested in where the ring went. Just as you kick the ring and he goes, shit. And is now beginning to ignore you to go after the ring that has now begun to be tossed around in the crowd.
My lord, my lord, the dance. Please, one round. I've been waiting all night to see you, please. Bronte, second son.
Make a persuasion check. In the middle of this conversation, you're seeing he's in the process of clocking right now if you're even worth bothering. Bothering with right now while he's lost his ring.
He's changing dice.
What was it?
Persuasion.
Persuasion.
Seeing them lock eyes like that.
Fuck me. 9.
9. Just a moment, I have something to deal with. Here, and he kind of looks over and takes somebody else's hand who's coming towards him and connects both of you aggressively and says, ha, there. And you can see other people are now kind of
looking confused as he started pushing the crowd, still holding his thumb. As you can see, it's like it hurt from the process, but he's like still looking around
I'm
and
looking for it. I'm telling
kicked the
SCG to
ring.
look for it.
Is it going to
Okay.
anybody that in my party that I see?
She just told me to look for the ring, so
I'm
I'm
looking
gonna
for the
do
ring.
a
We're both
perception
trying
check
to
to
see.
Make a
try to
perception
find
check.
it. Can I guide myself?
You can.
I will guide myself. You no longer have advantage on Dex.
We do need it because he noticed it fucking moved.
Get out of the way.
We have the one that we need to
I
give
know,
him.
but you have to show that you picked up the one that fell first.
The other one's identical.
18.
He saw it.
His eyes are on
18. You do see, and when it got kicked by Dorian, it got kicked into the crowd, which in the middle of the dance got kicked by numerous others, and has now kind of been lost in the shuffle. They haven't noticed. Somebody else has
Beginning of,
noticed. So the people that were nearby are just wondering why Armand's acting strange. Nobody saw the ring or noticed any oddness about it. And so Armand's just now starting to kind of push the crowd. You just barely catch out a glimmer of something rolling through the dance and just towards the exterior of the central cluster of people.
Just gonna make a beeline for it.
All right. You speed over towards it,
And
and
through the dancers.
yep, as you kind of head off to the side, you can see one of the servants is also now like clocking it and is now starting to reach over to pick it up.
I'm gonna try to beat him to it.
Okay, go ahead and roll. Just go to roll a dexterity check.
Can I cross through and shoulder check that person?
You may. I would like. No, also, you just give this person a disadvantage. You do manage to shoulder check them, but they get disadvantage on their.
Accidentally bump into them.
You got it. So,
Dexterity check.
yeah, just roll and add your dexterity modifier.
It's just a straight 11. Can I guide myself again? Or no, that doesn't work. Can I do that every time?
You can guide yourself in any
I will
check.
guide myself again.
Usually you guide in advance of the roll.
Sure,
though,
sure,
but
sure. Sorry.
It doesn't matter. The disadvantage you gave made a difference. They rolled an 8 total. So they go for it. Watch what you. They glance over and you snatch up the ring.
Okay.
And I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, like
I'm gonna try to throw the tracking ring to Fern. I'm gonna try to toss it to her.
I love it. I love it.
okay.
I'm gonna try to toss it to her.
All right.
No one crimes well.
All right. So, so in the middle of this chaos, you lock eyes with Fern, and you, as the person's like about to reach towards you,
I've got the. I reach for them and try to just try to sky hook it over to her.
okay. I would like you, Dorian, to just roll a d20 and add your strength modifier.
Okay.
Come on, bud.
Oh, that's the best roll you've done tonight.
It's fine. I'm not great. 13.
13's okay. You, with a quick little flick of the wrist and having experience throwing axes and kind of lobbing things at around this distance towards a specific target, you feel pretty confident with the go. Now it's your responsibility to catch it. As there is somebody now reaching to try and engage with you in a dance.
Okay.
What do? As you glance over and see this, they just, like you glance over and see him do this, he throws the ring right as you feel this hand pulled, and somebody has already taken you up as their dance partner.
So uncomfortable.
So you need to roll a dexterity check to try and grab it from the air.
Okay.
So just roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier.
Okay.
Let the bodies hit the floor.
Catch it.
12.
12.
These are all borderline rolls.
Doing okay.
Doing okay. So you get grabbed and pulled, and as you do, your hand catches it, but also loosens it, and kind of like flies a little bit further in the air. You try and catch it again, it gets knocked up again, and a third time you do manage to catch it. And as you hold it, the person who's holding your hand is pulling you to dance goes like, fascinating.
He just proposed.
Oh, congratulations!
I'm like,
That's incredible!
I have to go tell my girlfriends.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave.
As you disengage, you can see people nearby being like, did she just get married? Like, oh my God. And left him there. And the guy in the dance was like, and he looks around and everybody else is already with partners, so he kind of like, just kind of waits. You gauge their eye line, and they're looking at the mask.
I am very well covered, by the way. Other than the purple, there's nothing else showing.
But you're rocking that.
But you rock on a Nightmare King mask.
Yeah, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm in. Bring it. All right.
Totally incognito.
Oh shit! Oh
I'm so excited. Do I notice?
Oh yeah, you know, because you're keeping an eye on everybody. You look over and get the look. It's one of those things where, like, you glance over, you see Laudna, see her eye over, see Volley, and Volley's looking right at you with this kind of like.
Excuse me for 1 second. I just take a couple steps forward.
Yeah, that's some gesture shit.
Volley begins to maneuver through the crowd away from you, and is now like heading deeper into the.
Let's see who he finds. And I'm gonna just start quietly trying to track.
Yeah.
Keep your eyes on that motherfucker.
That was the whole point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
See who they talk to.
Fuck.
You listen carefully, and you hear
Bless you.
something grinding with some sort of like a. It sounds like something heavy against something heavy.
What the fuck?
Like almost grinding in a squeak. It's hard to place.
I'll just lightly try the handle to see if there's resistance or if it just goes all the way.
Okay. The handle goes, but there is definitely... Actually, no. It just opens up.
Okay. Yeah. Fuck it. I'll let the door slowly, like, just move open, and I'll see what I can see, but I won't enter, and I'll base my next move off of whatever happens from what I see.
Okay. The door opens. Are you doing it carefully?
Yeah, just slowly, so that it could be like a drafty door blew open. If she tries to rush the door to like close it, I might try and sneak in before she closes it.
Okay. The door opens up ever so carefully. I'll say roll a dexterity check for me to see how deftly you can prevent it from making any sort of noise.
Okay, just straight up dexterity.
Yep.
That's cocked. Oh, 11.
11.
Great rolls. Tonight.
Just the faintest squeak as it does. With inside, it's low lit. This is a suite chamber. You can see there are carpets adorning it. It's pretty sweet. You can see like chests and large, baggage, like luggage chests that are set on the far back wall. There's a desk. There's what looks to be an opening with a balcony that leads outward, and a door that heads off to another part of the chamber. You hear nothing. And you see a shape. Look through was an open door. Just as you walk in, you look across the way, and there is like an opening and a balcony that leads outside. And you can see like Drusar beyond. In this chamber, to the right, in this entryway, there's like some candelabra kind of glowing. There is a door that leads into another room, like a smaller kind of connected room. And the door is open, and you see a figure glance through.
Almost instinctively, I know I'm invisible, but I just like pull my head back.
With unnatural speed, the figure darts over to the door, and where are you standing?
Like if I open the door like this and that head pops out, I go like, and just like try and just pull myself out of the doorway visually, but I'm right by the door jam.
Right, so you're like.
So if they come up to the doorway, I'm like.
Yes, you're still. So you're like in the hallway, like right by it. Oh. Yeah, so as you do that, hold that. The figure looks out, and you see for a split second here in the low light, Lady Emoth. You can see like sweat on her face. She glances off down the hall towards where the other guards are. And carefully, she closes the door and locks it. They lean close to you. And rip the mask from your face.
It's tied. It'll be I have to pull.
He's a big old Goliath. I don't think it'll
break the
strain.
mask.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's paper.
I mean, it's leather thongs. It's leather thongs. Leather.
Yeah.
It is tied, but this is a strong.
It snaps.
It snaps.
He's a half giant, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of holding the mask, like the fingers, but they're not even looking at the mask. They're just looking at you.
I
Wait, what do you see? What was it?
pulled the mask,
He's wearing another
I'm
mask
gonna
underneath.
start.
Mask all the way down.
I'm gonna start rolling over there. Or
I think
I was also heading that
I'm going for a weird response. I'm going to slap him.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yes.
Roll an attack roll.
Oh, God.
Guys, when you have a barbarian in your class, you can count on a certain number of things.
Where
to
am I?
happen.
Okay, I got to see what are my attacks.
Just roll. Just roll and add your strength modifier.
Oh no! I see it.
There.
24. Sir. Sir. Please.
I like you. Goes to slap you back.
Slap fight.
We're playing slapsies. At that point.
16?
Yeah.
That's my AC.
Only one thing to do.
You do take a point of damage.
Did he take a point of damage too, or no?
I don't think you didn't say you slapped with the intent to hurt.
No, I didn't. I hit. I don't want to insult the guy, so
Yeah. He slapped to do just a little bit of damage, just to escalate.
Sir, I like you too. It's a pleasure. You can keep that if you like, I suppose, if it really offended you.
This is your response.
I mean, we can keep going if you like, but, slap fighting. I'd want a drink for it if we're going to make this the game.
I think the initiation is enough to begin. Slapping, well, it is children's games.
Wow.
But you drew blood originally. And you see now, the teeth are now red from where you hit right in the lip. You broke some blood vessels.
Wow, I didn't think that would hit that hard. I figured you could take a little more.
You see, when I taste blood, it's hard to get it out of my mind. How about we take this outside?
I don't know what the rules around here are.
We take this outside. If you do not have a weapon, it will be provided. The first thing you notice is there's a very faint commotion in the room. It sounds like things moving and shifting. You glance across the way as you kind of move inside and look over, and you can see the desk in the far corner, the drawers are pulled out, and you see a figure is currently scooping things out of the drawers.
Is it Lady Emoth?
It's smaller. It's like a cloaked figure. Looks kind of your size, if a little bit smaller than your size, actually. Maybe a foot or so smaller. And you can see it's currently filling a rough satchel.
Do I smell anything? Familiar smell?
That musty smell, very strong.
Any sign of Cyrus?
Not in this room, no. You hear something else in the way, and across the way in the other room, you see two more little humanoid creatures, cloaked, rushing through, and they're just grabbing things. What the fuck?
Wow.
The one finishes and turns around, and you see now, in the light coming through from the Catha-lit evening on the distant balcony, this figure's hood back, gray, pale skin, black eyes, sharp teeth in a mouth, and clawed arms underneath. You've not seen a creature like this before. And it's kind of clustering and drags it, and you see two more come through. They kind of growl at each other, and you can see there's now 4 of them in this room. 4? And around the way, you see Lady Emoth, kind of her eyes black. You can see kind of darkened veins in the side of her neck. She goes towards them. You can see her arms are a little bit longer, and that sweat is kind of dripping off in a thicker, mucusy pattern. They all look to her, and she goes, and they all grab their satchels and drag them off into the room around the corner where she was.
Okay. Does she follow with him? They all go in the other room?
They all go in the other room. You hear the dragging sound. You hear like the shifting of furniture. And she kind of like... You watch as bones snap into place. And her skin tone kind of reaffirms itself. And she... And then begins to walk around the corner to see the door open and goes...
I'm out. Before she can close it.
And as you rush back towards the event with what you've just witnessed, and you head out to the opposite side of the domed event to show down with the local leader of the Paragon's Call representing here for some sort of a bloody throwdown, and the rest of you gather in hopes preventing your friend from being smashed to death.
Yeah.
We're gonna... There.